Chairman jong ka CPA ubolong ulampang jong ka Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly Pasang di zona upalapaniat ya ka Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Region Zone 3 ula kemen banyui bagi jala Meghalaya ka di jala ka biang ya aka kat ka balong ka Jingialang ka long ka Seisoh. Ya kene ulapan pau habai karan berkelat pathai khubor hadin balawai ke Jingialang ka ba arsengi jong ki lampang ki yingdor bar thoan jong ki jala setai lambingi jong ki India. Hadin ke Jingialang penhaperda ya ke CPA Conference Kaba Arpho upasang ulong ba ke Commonwealth Parliamentary Association kedi ke wei nagi kenhun ke bala rim jong ke Commonwealth ya ke bala seng na dusnem syejar khandai spa khadwei dag jing tmo ban kentiu ya ke jingnang jing tip bat ke jing sempang ha ke bai de bat ke riti sensyar nang ta ke kam thawan ke yo ke kot ka imlang salang bat ki benta ke dustur ha ke bai de bat ke riti sensyar pai ba kham tam e bat kiri ki badon ha ke Commonwealth ulong bagi arteli kimat ki bayatai ha kene Jingialang ki kentup ya ke jingwan tang shop jong ki bor kemariang bat kilat ban penbet no yaki da ka phai khmat sya ka than chati lamingi bat ke jing paniso ya ka than khnang makin yarangkat bat ki bat ki than hapok gari Shushu upasang di zona ulong ba ka than chati lamingi ke dei ke baja bha ki jing Shillong nang ta ka jing tua khandau ka jing ki ujumai bat kini ke lakta jur bha ya ka jing em bat ka jing don jing em jong ki pajba bat kene ka lakta jur ru ye ka kampan roi ha kene ka than ulong ru ba ka jing bombyang ki surok nang ta ka rel ki lingsun ka mobile network ki dei ki bala pensa kut bat pensa teng ye ki kampan roi bat ke lakta jur ru ye ka roi ka par bat ye ka jing kiu jong ka than cheti lamingi kumta ka jing Pynlong ye kene ka Jingialang ka dei ban yo sngo na ki nomi khmat jong ki ying dor bar thawan kene ka than banyata ye thu udorji.
Issues were discussed during the conferences in the plenary session. One was about the disaster management pertaining to the northeastern state and the response. And secondly was the regional connectivity. So this was mainly taken up because we all know that northeastern state face a lot of natural disaster in the form of landslides and the floods and all. Every year, thousands are displaced. Many lives are lost, many properties are lost. So we wanted a bigger voice to be heard at the center. So this was a platform where we could discuss and find a solution and forward it to the people at the helm of affair to understand the real problem, where the problem lies and what could be the possible solution to bring for this mitigating this natural disaster, which is a recurring and a perennial problem in the northeastern state. So a lot of members have given a very good suggestion. I hope the people who matters in the center will take note of this and come out with a very positive and fruitful policy for the northeastern region. And secondly is about the regional connectivity. When we talk about the connectivity, it's not only the road. We're talking about the air connectivity, we're talking about the waterways, we're talking about the railways, and we're talking about the internet connectivity. So everyone were praising Government of India for taking such a huge step in when it comes to the connectivity of the northeastern state, because over past 7-8 years we have seen a lot of infrastructure developments in the northeastern state, but there lies few nagging problem when it comes to implementation of the program in the northeastern state. When it comes to the regional connectivity, we talked about alternate highways because the northeast is connected through one corridor, the Siliguri corridor, which is called as the chicken neck. So if that gets blocked, then where do we go? So we should come up with a alternate highway, alternate connectivity proposal for this. And how do we maintain the roads? There should be a dedicated fund for the maintenance of the road, because once you build the road, if you don't maintain it, it is as good as not having a road. And internet connectivity, like we're talking about digital world. Now the world is shrinking into such a small size. So the digital connectivity is the call of the day and need of the hour. So how do we take this internet connectivity to the remotest place of the northeastern state? Because through OFC it becomes a challenge. So should we consider an alternate source of internet connectivity through satellite linkage or air fiber, or for that matter any other new technology which comes in? We are mentioning about the Loon technology and Starlink. This could be explored, and where the Government of India should come with a policy that they allow all these technologies to be used in the northeastern state, where it's difficult for the fiber optical cable to be taken to the remotest place. So these are the things we have discussed, and one major new thing which has come up with the connectivity was the human connect they were talking about. You know, that was one soft area which the members have raised concern. Even though we are part of the country, but there's always a little disconnect, when it comes to our racial identity and our regional identity and our appearances and all. So this also needs to be bridged. Until and unless that is also bridged, the disparity and the disconnect will always be there. While we talk about the infrastructure and everything, the human connect also should be there. They should also accept us as their own, people. So this was one of the important thing which was raised, which I never, thought of it, with the members as raised, and that was a beautiful thing. So things will come up well in times to come. This is one platform which we are using the benefit of this platform to connect with each other. Like I said, it's a meet and greet, and at the same time, discuss about the issues which pertains to our northeastern state. That's how we connect. Now I know a lot of people from the Meghalaya, ministers and MLAs and other people. So that's how the bridge starts, connecting each other. That's how when it comes to tourism also. So we always say that, since there's only gateway for the northeastern state. So when it comes to tourism also, we can share the knowledge about tourism for the entire northeast, for that matter, Meghalaya, Arunachal, Nagaland, for that matter, Sikkim, so that we can share the same the stock for every one of us. Because when the tourist comes, he doesn't have an idea. So we can have a similar kind of platform where, when the tourist comes and he gets to know about the entire northeast and he prepares his itinerary, to get into all the places of interest in the northeast, which will, not only help in growing the economy of the state, but like I said, the human connect will also be improved with the increase of tourism. It's a CPA conference. So here it's not a political conference or any other issue-based conference. Here we discuss some common developmental issues about the northeastern region. So, making a remark on a Manipur issue, with the different opinions, might again trigger something which is unwanted. But we all want that at this point in time, we should refrain from making such comments because Manipur is going through a bad time. We pray and we request everyone to contribute to the, to bring back normalcy in Manipur. But making a statement without knowing the actual problem there will not be a nice thing to do. Because we don't want that simple comment, which we don't understand what is the actual problem, and making a comment without understanding the local situation there will not be in a larger interest of the Manipuris for that matter.
Sir, drifting away, but where do you see the solution?
We pray for a normalcy very soon, but this is a very vexed situation where I would not be in a position to make any kind of comment on this. I'll not be the right person to tell where the solution lies. It will be with the people and the government at Manipur and the central government to find a peaceful solution to this problem. But we all want that this fiasco should come to an end sooner. Know about the issues regarding the Arunachal when it comes to the bilateral relation with China. So China has been always terming Arunachal as a disputed and part of China. But we all know that the Arunachalis are most patriotic people when it comes to our acceptance with the Indian territory. So this is not a new thing, where they have given the staple visa. This has been going on for so many years. So at many platforms also we have raised this issue and we have flagged this problem with the government of India, because obviously we cannot go up to the China to solve this problem. It has to be from the government of India's side, to find a middle path, where we are not devoid of any opportunities, for the sports person, for the academicians, or for that matter any officials, visiting China. So this issue has been there. So since it's a issue related to bilateral thing and between the two countries, a diplomacy thing, so at the most we can make a request to the government of India to find a solution to it.
So, but why is it not being done, sir? Over the years, when the Prime Minister...
Prerogative of the Chinese, for China. whether they want to give a staple visa or they want to stamp a visa or they want to reject a visa. But it is for the government of India to find a solution to it, whether to allow our Arunachalis to travel to China on staple visa, because there shouldn't be any doubt on our integrity as an Indian. We are more Indian than the mainland India. That's why I keep saying, and we greet people by Jai Hind. That shows our integrity and the patriotism for the country. So that much of confidence, I believe the government of India should have, and allow us, not to make us devoid of the opportunities which are sports person, for that matter, any scholars or for politicians or for an officer to visit the China for any kind of programs and sports events and for any academic events. The solution, obviously, China, we cannot dictate China about it. It's up to them how they behave with issuing the visa, but it's for the Indian government to give a second thought and give a second thought about making the Arunachal people travel on a staple visa and find a solution where they are sure of our Arunachal people, that they are not being taken into a different situation for the staple visa.
So what you just said,
G20 meeting also, it was conducted in Arunachal Pradesh. That is the commitment of the government of India to tell the world that Arunachal is an integral part of India. And I was the chairman of the G20 celebration in Arunachal Pradesh. We had G20, then we had the C20. From government of India side, government of India is very clear about the stand. Arunachal is an integral part, and obviously we have a popular government. We have had state of India. So there is no doubt about the Indian government. But the problem is with the Chinese government when they give staple visa. But only thing which we request government of India to let us travel on staple visa, because the China will not go by our request or our diktat. So the government of India has to think over it whether they allow us to travel on staple visa, because since we are Indian national, we are truly Indian, and we are more patriotic than the mainland India. They should trust us, and we feel that if they kind of take a decision on this, and it will be very helpful for Arunachal.
can you tell us